Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having an automatic transmission and you wonder when to change transmission fluid. Stay with us, we'll explain that, and we'll explain why you may need to change the transmission fluid up to 3 times on automatic transmission in order for everything to be correct. And one common mistake people make that can actually destroy your transmission. All that will be covered in this video today. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making this absolutely free video for you. Now, if you need to buy any parts, tools for a good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. You can save quite a bit of money, and that's where we get all our tools and supplies from. So that's what we have here guys. That's automatic transmission taken apart. You can see we drain the fluid. That's the oil pan removed. After that you have the valve body with the shifting solenoids. Once you remove that, you have your input output speed sensor. You have the clutches for the transmission as well. They're not as complicated as people make it seem like, but definitely guys, in my opinion, you need to change your transmission fluid. Always consult with your manual first, but for my experience guys, I'll go anywhere, okay, between 40 and 60,000 miles, and make sure you stay tuned in, and I'll explain why you need to change it up to 3 times. If you look at it guys, okay, that transmission, you can see the swirls inside. Check it out now. Okay, black swirls. That's actually contamination from the clutches guys. Check it out. This is super dirty transmission fluid. The camera cannot reflect the blackness of the fluid, but it's extremely dirty. Inside we have quite a few deposits here as well. Okay, all that is right here, and what causes that? Usually wear from the clutches, moving parts such as bearings, wheels, gears. You have multiple things moving in those transmissions, so eventually you have wear and tear. And if you don't change the transmission fluid, okay, you will have that fine particles from the clutches in the transmission fluid. Not all of it will be caught by the transmission filter, and they will start depositing in the solenoids, in the valve body, and eventually you will develop problems such as hard shifting, kicking, slipping, or being stuck in gear, okay, if a transmission solenoid fails. Now, you can see those are your transmission solenoids. That's what they look like. You can easily test and clean those as well. We have a special video that explains how to do that. Another thing now, why you need to change the transmission fluid quite often? Again, consult with your manual, but on my personal cars I will not recommend it for yours unless the manual says okay, don't change it. Even though, okay, we have a Porsche Cayenne that says lifetime deal on the transmission, never change transmission fluid. I personally changed it 50,000 miles. The car has 191,000 miles and it's still going super strong, and I'm always pulling a trailer with it, almost always since I bought that car. But I change the fluid quite often. And why you need to change it? Okay, up to 3 times in some cases, because let's say you have not changed your fluid at all for a long time. You drain it, and the first time you drain it, you'll be able to get about 50 to 60% of the fluid out on most transmissions. Not all, but most. It means that you still have some transmission fluid in the transmission case, in the valve body guys, in the torque converter. So now you get only that out. Now if you put fluid again, fill it up to the required level. Make sure you don't overfill it or you don't put too little fluid. Drive it about 100 miles, change it again, and do that one more time. So you can change the fluid up to 3 times, and you will replace about 90% of the fluid. And that way, the first time you change it, it will break all the deposits loose because new fluid tends to clean better. It will come out with the second and third fluid change, and then you will be ready guys, okay, to have nice fresh fluid in your transmission. Always use original fluid. Never guys use cheap fluid or fluid that says it's made for your transmission. In my opinion, it's better to use fluid that's actually provided by the manufacturer. That's based on our experience. I've used aftermarkets and they worked sometimes they didn't. So I always spend a few more dollars per quart and I just buy, okay, the original fluid. So hopefully guys the video will be helpful to any of you trying to figure this thing out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.